And welcome to another episode of Instagram TV as I continue to go through my reflections of my daily readings from A Course in Miracles. So today in the meditations section of A Course in Miracles, so I think I've mentioned before, there's two texts. There's like the main text and then there's a workbook that has daily meditations. And today's daily meditation, there is nothing to fear. The presence of fear is a sure sign that you are trusting in your own strength. The awareness that there is nothing to fear shows that somewhere in your mind, not necessarily in a place which you recognize as yet, you have remembered God, a higher power, and let His strength take the place of yours. The instant you are willing to do this, there is indeed nothing to fear. So they're talking about surrender. And in yoga, we talk about surrender as well. So the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, I mentioned this in one of my videos last week, is like the essential guidebook of yoga. And it describes an 8-limbed path and all these different steps to achieve a state of yoga, union, interconnectedness with ourselves, with our higher selves, interconnectedness with nature and with each other. And it outlines all these steps, right? It's a big book. This translation of it actually only goes through 2 of the 4 sections of that book. And so it goes through all these steps, and then it says, or you can achieve a state of samadhi, enlightenment, interconnectedness through surrender. Surrendering to a higher power, surrendering to God, and it's called Ishvara Pranidham. And so this is a continual daily practice for me, is to let go of controlling, let go of this idea that my individual self, is actually in control of all of the events occurring in my life, in our lives, right? And it doesn't mean let go of the actions that you're taking every day. So yoga talks about karmic action, selfless, intentional actions in your day to fulfill your dharmas, your worldly responsibilities, duties, your soul's purpose. So yoga talks about definitely taking those actions, definitely finding your dharma, figuring it out and fulfilling it, but not being attached to the results of those actions. Surrendering, letting go, allowing yourself to flow in the divine river of the universe. And so in the text of Course in Miracles today, continuing with this idea, I came across actually a phrase that I've heard Dr. Wayne Dyer quote many times, and I loved it. And it's here exactly in Course in Miracles. And he's actually one of the teachers who I listen to often and who often quotes A Course in Miracles, which is why I wanted to read it. And so it says, would you be hostage to the ego or host to God? Will you be a hostage to your ego's need to control, to be in control of every single piece of your life? Or will you invite divinity into your life and surrender to the idea that perhaps there is this higher power, this energy of love, this energy of the universe, of nature, whatever you want to call it, whatever your connection is to that, inviting that into our lives and surrendering. So, a little practice I invite you to partake in today if you find yourself getting wrapped up in a situation where you're getting frustrated. Often when we're getting frustrated, it's because things aren't going the way we want, right? Because things aren't going in a way that we can control or have control over. Can we step back and look at that situation with greater intention and see if there is some intentional action we can take, and then letting go, surrendering the end results and allowing ourselves to flow in that divine river. Sending you so much love today and always. Join me again this Thursday for another brand new episode where I continue my reflections of my daily readings from A Course in Miracles.